Great Dane Facts. 10 greatest facts you didn't know. Did you know that Great Danes were believed to repel evil spirits? Or that these massive dogs once walked with Egyptian pharaohs? Interested in learning how a brave Great Dane saved her owner by defusing a bomb? In today's episode, we're counting down 10 little-known Great Dane facts that you wouldn't believe. And that all starts right now on The Smart Canine, the only show that explores the most interesting stories and facts behind dogs. But before we dive into this incredible breed, hit that subscribe button and notification bell for more dog stories and facts like this. And give us a thumbs up if you want more Great Dane content. Number 10. One of the Great Dane's coat patterns is regarded as the most difficult color to breed. It's well documented by the aristocrats of Europe that the Harlequin Great Dane is the most difficult to breed, at least to breed correctly. And because this coat pattern is exclusive to the Great Dane, it makes these dogs arguably some of the rarest dogs on the planet. You see, it's not as simple as breeding two Harlequin Great Danes together. Plenty of Harlequins carry the genetics for other popular colors, which are more likely to show up in the litter. So it's not uncommon for breeders to take several years to be able to determine the ideal breeding combinations. Until then, the breeder will certainly have a ton of mismarked black, merle, and white Danes. And with how difficult this process can be, it's not surprising that a Harlequin can set you back upwards of $2,500. Number 9. Great Danes are probably ancient dogs. While there are many theories surrounding the origins of the Great Dane, plenty of historians seem to believe that these dogs are actually ancient. How ancient, you ask? Well, there's evidence that suggests that these dogs may have been around during 3000 BC. We know this because humans have found Great Danes in carvings on Egyptian monuments built around this period. Plus, several artifacts found in Babylonian temples built around 2000 BC show these very same dogs. The dogs depicted on the artifacts and monuments show a massive Mastiff-type dog with the same proportions and shape as the Great Dane. However, historians still don't know for sure whether these dogs are actually the ancestors of the modern Great Dane or if they're an ancient breed that went extinct. Number 8. The tallest dog in the world was a Great Dane. Yes, Great Danes are known for being tall dogs, but believe it or not, they're not the tallest dog breed in the world. The Irish Wolfhound actually takes that title, beating the Dane by a few inches. However, when it comes to the tallest individual dog, a Great Dane named Zeus set that world record. Zeus was a Great Dane that stood 44 inches tall at the shoulders and weighed roughly 155 pounds. When standing up, Zeus towered over any human at an astonishing 7 feet 4 inches in height. For a reference, that's about as tall as Taco Fall, the NBA's tallest basketball player currently. In fact, Zeus was so big that he had to consume roughly 15 pounds of food every week. And with such a tall stature, we can't think of a better name for Zeus. Number 7. The Great Dane is the official dog breed of a U.S. state. 13 states of the United States have designated an official dog breed, one of which is Pennsylvania. And their choice of breed is none other than the Great Dane. But why the Dane? Other than the fact that they're amazing dogs, the biggest reason is that the founder of Pennsylvania, William Penn, actually owned a Great Dane. Even today, a lavish painting of Penn and his Great Dane proudly hangs in the governor's reception room at the state's capital. Another reason is the Great Dane's transition from a hunting dog to a multi-purpose working dog, which parallels the history of the Pennsylvania communities that transitioned from hunters to industrial working commonwealth. Number 6. Great Danes were once vicious and aggressive dogs. It's no secret, the modern Great Dane is known for its loving and calm disposition. It's why they're commonly referred to as gentle giants. However, this wasn't always the case. Before they became companions or even working dogs, Great Danes were primarily used to hunt boar. Wild boars were not easy to hunt, as they tend to be extremely aggressive and are often known to charge at their predators when being hunted. That said, the old Great Danes needed to be brave, strong, and aggressive in order to take down such a formidable game. But as the popularity of boar hunting declined over the years, the need for the Great Dane was also dwindling. Breeders knew the only way to keep these dogs alive was to breed them for a calm and gentler disposition. And after several generations of breeding, the rebranding campaign of the Great Dane was a huge success. Number 5. A champion Great Dane appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated. In 1955, a Great Dane named Autopilot became the second dog ever to grace the cover of the Sports Illustrated. In fact, he was the first non-hunting dog to ever appear on the cover. However, Autopilot wasn't just any ordinary Great Dane. The dog was one of the most decorated show dogs in history, having just finished his championship run in 3 months. He eventually went on to win Best of Breed at the 1952 Westminster Dog Show, and since then, Autopilot has won 50 Best of Breed ribbons. Number 4. Great Danes are the national dog breed of a European country. Not only are Great Danes the official dogs of Pennsylvania, but also Germany's national dog. As we discussed, the history and origins of the Great Dane isn't so clear. However, Germany is largely credited with developing the modern Dane we know and love today. After all, they're nicknamed the German Mastiff for a reason. The German nobility were so impressed with these dogs that there was a period where Danes were exclusively used for hunting and guarding in the country. In fact, it's believed that the Duke of Braunschweig once assembled 600 Great Danes for a single boar hunt. And in 1876, the Great Dane was officially declared as the national dog of Germany. Number 3. Great Danes were premier coach dogs. So, what exactly is a coach dog? In the 18th century, it was a lot more dangerous to travel the roads, especially if you're someone of importance and wealth. To protect the carriages that frequently traveled sparse roads, guard dogs ran alongside the carriages to deter any unwanted thieves or attackers. These are coach dogs. And thanks to the protective nature of the Great Dane, combined with their strength and stamina, Danes were the dog of choice for carriage work. This was especially true for Harlequin Great Danes, which were almost exclusively used. While all Great Danes are the same, this coat color was a status symbol. It meant that the people riding inside the carriage were among the aristocrats and elites. However, shortly after, Dalmatians replaced Great Danes as the premier coach dogs. Number 2. Great Danes were believed to repel evil spirits. Have you ever wondered why Scooby-Doo was a Great Dane? Well, this wasn't a random choice or decision. The cartoon paranormal canine investigator made a lot of sense. In the Middle Ages, Great Danes were believed to have the power to ward off evil spirits or ghosts. And in the past, these dogs were popular ghost hunting companions because they had an uncanny ability to sense ghosts, at least according to Gerald and Loretta Hausman in their book, The Mythology of Dogs. While there's plenty of evidence that suggests dogs can sense the paranormal, we still don't know why they believed only Great Danes could repel evil spirits. What's even more interesting is that Great Danes were believed to protect people from nightmares. According to dream interpreters of the medieval times, when a Great Dane appears in your dream, it's just a reminder to avoid being manipulated and pushed around. Number 1. One Great Dane saved her owner from a bomb explosion during World War II. As ridiculous as this story may seem, it's actually true. In 1941, the home of Juliana, the Great Dane, and her owner received a much unexpected package. It was the middle of World War II, and an incendiary bomb had just ripped through the roof of Juliana's home. Being the curious Great Dane that she was, Juliana immediately went to investigate. Of course, she didn't know what the bomb was. All she knew was that she really had to do her business and found the perfect object to claim as her territory. So, Juliana started urinating on it. Incredibly, this worked in diffusing the explosive. If it weren't for her well-timed potty, the scenario would have certainly been fatal for both the dog and owner. Her quick, heroic actions earned her a Blue Cross medal, and rightfully so. But this wasn't the only time Juliana saved people from a potentially grave fire. Just 3 years later, the Great Dane alerted customers in her owner's shop of a blazing fire. And of course, Juliana received yet another Blue Cross medal for her heroic act. So, what was your favorite Great Dane fact? Was there any interesting facts that we missed? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to The Smart Canine for the most interesting stories and facts behind dogs.